Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And I meant to say it, but I forgot. So, happy solstice. Middle of the year, longest day, let's enjoy it. And we're going to carry on with the story. Now, this is another Lorna Slater story. It actually came out yesterday, and the news was announced before the discussion of the vote of no confidence. But with everything that was going on yesterday, I just didn't get a chance to put this out. So I'm doing the story now, covering it now, because it is important that it goes out. And that is that the DRS scheme, the company that's running it, has actually now formally gone into administration. And that means they're not mothballing the company as the original thought was. They are literally crashing it out, and then they're going to have to basically bring back a new company at some point in the future, because this one will no longer exist. It will be struck off from Companies House. So we'll have a look at the story and see why, yet again, Lorna Slater is at the head of yet another, unsurprisingly though, isn't it, failure. Here goes. So Lorna Slater announces the DRS company is in administration following the bottle mess. This is shortly before she faces a vote of no confidence. Obviously she faced that and won it. The Greens MSP tells Holyrood that the future of the bottle recycling company is even more uncertain. Well, it's gone into administration. It is now perfectly certain. And you can't see it, but at the bottom of the screen, it's literally just come up with the breaking news. Lorna Slater dodges question in car crash interview. I'll probably have to have a look at that in a moment as well. It's all Lorna Slater today. The woman can't help herself. Anyway, Lorna Slater has announced that Circularity Scotland, the government-formed deposit return scheme company, has been forced to appoint an administrator, following the announcement that the Scottish DRS will be effectively scrapped to make way for a UK-wide launch. Just under 70 staff members at CS are facing redundancies, with fears they will not get paid. And with no purpose, the firm will be handing over all control to an outside auditor to assess its future. Now, this is failing simply because Lorna Slater wanted to grind a political axe. There was no reason to do this. She could have let it go with plastics, but she decided no, because that would be too easy. That would help people. That would make it look as though we were under the influence of the UK government. Whereas if we crash it, we can blame the UK government and then maybe push all the compensation that way. It isn't going to wash though, and you end up just looking very weak and stupid. But you should be used to that. Anyway, Ms Slater claimed the UK government have torpedoed her beloved recycling scheme. No, you did that. But she stands accused of putting millions in investment and jobs at risk. Her hounded record has led to a vote of no confidence being launched, and she won, we know, only just through the cowardliness of backbenchers. She said, "We've learnt today that a process is underway to appoint administrators to CS, leaving their staff in an extremely difficult position. You've done this. Don't be blaming anyone else." She said, "This is an unforgivable consequence." It is unforgivable, but not of the UK government's 11th hour intervention that you're claiming. It's unforgivable because of your laziness, inability, ineptitude and stupidity. Scottish Conservative leader Douglas Ross said people are at risk of losing their jobs and millions of pounds of investment could be lost due to Lorna Slater's deposit return scheme failure. And I love the way that everyone is doing this. They're all saying it's Lorna Slater's scheme. Not the SNP scheme, not the Greens scheme. It's Lorna Slater's scheme. They're giving ownership right back to the one person who is completely failed to do the job. Maurice Golden said, despite confirming that Circularity Scotland has gone into administration, something that she admitted was a disaster for its workforce, Lorna Slater is still refusing to take any responsibility for the collapse of her deposit return scheme. Because, of course, she's following the old Nicola Sturgeon mantra of, it wasn't me, it wasn't my fault, someone else did it, blame the UK government. No, they're not the ones that have done this. Circularity Scotland themselves, like the UK government and other stakeholders, were absolutely clear that the scheme could have remained viable and gone ahead without glass, but instead she pulled the plug. The loss of the jobs and the eye-watering sums invested, for which Scottish firms should be compensated, are entirely due to her stubborn and petulant decisions. No minister who has failed on such a scale can possibly command any confidence, and she must go now. But of course, we know what happened. The weak, vacillating, craven-hearted backbenchers of the SNP, even the ones up in the northeast, who will, through supporting her, see the end of oil and the thousands, the tens of thousands of highly paid jobs disappear. All those in fishing constituencies will see their fishing fleets decimated because they're not allowed to go fish because of the highly protected marine areas. It's that the whole way over. All these people thrown to the wolves simply so Lorna Slater can keep her job. Isn't it sickening, and isn't it wrong? But that is the problem you've got in Scotland. You've got a Scottish government that cares only for itself and not, unfortunately, for the people of Scotland. And any leader, anywhere else in the world, anyone would have fired her. They would have got rid of her for such sheer incompetence, stupidity, ignorance, and the actual monetary cost that she's done to the country. And that's just on the DRS. Never mind all the other stuff that she's got wrong and continues to get wrong. And there's another story to come. There's at least 2 more stories to come on Lorna Slater today, and neither of them are flattering. So we'll have a look at them. Now, I shall round off this one. We'll come up. We'll finish this video. Then we'll move on. I'm going to have to do the health safety, the public health one next. It's terrible as well. It is just it's one woman crusade to destroy a country. It truly is. Anyway, coming up. I can't think of anyone else in any other job who would screw up repeatedly, so badly, so costly, that would bring the company into disrepute time and time and time again, would be shown to be stupid, would be shown to be ignorant, who would not listen to experts when expert advice was sought, and then who would proceed on the assumption that she knows best. No one I know in any job anywhere else in the world would do all those things and still be employed. Why is Humza Yousaf not firing her? Is he literally so weak and so craven and so scared in case the other Greens walk? They won't. Even the other Greens must look at Lorna Slater and think, what on earth have we done to deserve this? People across Scotland, the people who voted for the Greens, must look at Lorna Slater and would go, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. I promise I won't do it again. This is what happens when you don't have IQ tests for people wanting to stand for public office. There needs to be a minimum IQ. I mean, if you're that stupid, you shouldn't be allowed power. It's unbelievable. And you think this is stupid. You think it isn't getting better. There's more to come, and it isn't getting better. Anyway, I'll finish this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. We'll keep fighting for the truth, but honestly, Lorna Slater, it's comedy gold. It truly is. I'm glad she's staying. I really am. Bye.